we'll start with Science 2. Concentrate on Science 2, lesson number 6, and that is animal classification. I'll repeat. Science 2, lesson number 6, animal classification. Students, there is a lot of homework to do in this particular topic. I'll put, as the video is uploaded on the group, I'll put the homework also, and you can submit on the group, students. It's not a test to submit on my personal profile, so you can submit it on the group. I'll give you the homework directly. There is a lot of scope for diagrams in this particular topic. Page number 1, animal classification. Students, if you look around you, you find various varieties of animals in the form of very small unicellular microorganisms to huge complex gigantic whales, huge complex human beings. So you find a large varieties of animals around you ranging from very small size, very minute size to very huge size animals. Students, on the earth there are 7 million varieties of animal species. Since there are 7 million varieties of animal species, it is not possible for any scientist or any group of scientists to study all the animals in detail, and therefore these animals are divided into groups and subgroups depending upon the similarities and the differences in their structure and properties. I'll repeat. When you look paragraph number 1, what does it say? When you look around you, you find various varieties of animals ranging from unicellular microorganisms in the form of amoebae to huge gigantic whales and human beings. There are 7 million varieties of animal species. It is impossible to study each species in detail, and therefore there is a need of classification, and that is the name of the topic, which is called animal classification. There is a need of classification. Animals are classified by dividing them into groups, by dividing them into subgroups, by dividing them as per the similarities and the differences in their properties. This is how you classify the animals basically. Page number 2. Students, some typical scientists, some philosophers, some biological scientists and all, they use various methods to classify the animals. Paragraph जो येतो पेज नंबर 62 चा जो paragraph आहे ना, that paragraph comes for fill in the blanks. I'll give you what comes for fill in the blanks. First, Aristotle was the first person who classified the animals. What criteria did he use? He classified the animals using 3 important criteria. They were body size, habit, habitat. Body size, smaller size वेगळे, larger size वेगळे. Habit, where what type of food they eat and all that is called habit. Habitat, where they live. So depending on these 3 important criteria, Aristotle classified the animals. Which criteria? Body size, habit, habitat. These were the 3 important criteria used by Aristotle. Aristotle's method of classification is called as artificial system of classification. So what is Aristotle's method of classification? Classified as artificial system of classification. Next, following him came some other scientists. I'll give you the names. See, following him, the artificial method of classification was used by some more scientists who were called Theophrastus, Linné, John Ray and Linnaeus. I'll repeat. Some more scientists used artificial system of classification like Aristotle. Who were those scientists? They were Theophrastus, Linné, John Ray and Linnaeus. These were the 4 scientists. Next, this was the artificial system of classification where three important criteria were used: body size, habit, habitat. Then came the natural system of classification. The natural system of classification used criteria such as body organization, type of cells, chromosomes, biochemical properties. I'll repeat, natural system of classification considered four important criteria. They were body organization, type of cells, type of chromosomes and biochemical properties. Then there were some more few properties. Few scientists who used different methods. One more method used was the method of evolution. That method of evolution was proposed by two more scientists who were called, the names were Mayer and Dobzhansky. मुलांनो spelling पाठ करावा लागणार because they are all Russian and English, German names and all. So I'll repeat, method of evolution for classification were used by two more scientists who were called Dobzhansky. What? Dobzhansky and Mayer. And the last and the most recent system of classification was done by Carl Woese. Okay? These are the scientists. Look here. Artificial method of classification depending on body size, habit, habitat was used by Aristotle. Four more scientists used the same method. They were Theophrastus, Linné, John Ray, Linnaeus. Then came natural system of classification. Scientists नाव येतात natural system of classification मध्ये. Natural system of classification used other criteria such as body organization, type of cells, chromosomes and biochemical properties. Then came two more scientists, Dobzhansky, Mayer, who used the method of evolution to classify the animals. And the most recent research was done by Carl Woese. Okay? असे हे सायंटिस्ट आहेत जे fill in the blanks ला येतात. Let me repeat this paragraph, page number 62 will come for fill in the blanks question. ठीक है? On the same page, that is on page number 62, there is a typical blue colored column, students. That column carries benefits of animal classification. So you have to by-heart them. That's very important. Next, now comes the real part of the topic or the beginning of the topic, and that is the traditional method of classification of animals. The traditional means as per as you see around you and all that. The traditional method of classification classified the animals into two important categories. They were called the chordates and the non-chordates. I'll repeat. The traditional method of classification classified the animals into two important groups, that is chordates and non-chordates respectively. Next, non-chordates. What are the characteristics of non-chordates? First, I'll repeat, what are the characteristics of non-chordates? First, what is the first characteristic here? There is absence of notochord. What is the first property? There is absence of notochord. Now you may ask me, what is notochord? It is a cartilaginous skeletal rod, students, which supports the body. Particularly आपल्या embryonic stage, आपण जेव्हा बाळ असतो ना, आपलं vertebral column कसं जरासं soft असतं. ह्याला cartilaginous म्हणतात. Flexible. Okay? So in non-chordates there is absence of notochord. What is notochord? It is a cartilaginous skeletal rod present in the body of in embryonic stage. Okay. Next, there is absence of pharyngeal gill slits. Now, what is the meaning of pharyngeal gill slits, students? No lungs, no gills. Okay. Second characteristic. Third, nerve cord is on the ventral side. Nerve cord generally solid असतो तो. आता आपला vertebral column कसा तसा. Nerve cord is generally solid and it is present on the ventral side. तुम्ही म्हणा टीचर वेंट्रल साइड म्हणजे काय? एक तरी फ्रंट नाहीतर एक तरी वरची बाजू. कळतंय? फ्रंट साइड ऑफ द बॉडी or the upper part of the body, that is called anterior part of the body, is called as ventral side. So nerve cord is present on the ventral side. It is paired form and solid. It's like a solid rod, students. Last characteristic is the nerve cord is present on the, and last characteristic is heart is present on the dorsal side. Dorsal side means back side. So in non-chordates, the heart is present where? It is present on the dorsal side, back side. Okay. 4 important characteristics. By heart them. What are the classification? Traditional method of classification classifies the animals into 2 important categories, that is non-chordates and chordates. Characteristics of non-chordates are 4. First, absence of notochord. Notochord means a cartilaginous skeletal rod which supports the body. Second, the nerve cord is present on the ventral side. Ventral म्हणजे पुढची बाजू किंवा अपर बाजू, वरची बाजू, त्याला ventral side म्हणतात. So nerve cord is solid, paired and present on the ventral side or on the front side or on the anterior side. Third, the heart is present on the dorsal side. Dorsal side म्हणजे मागच्या बाजूला heart. ठीक आहे, पाठीकडे. Last characteristic, there is absence of pharyngeal gill slits or you can call lungs. So there are no lungs or gill slits present in non-chordates. आता नीट ऐका हा, बाहेर करायचं. The non-chordates are further classified into 10 important phylums. Non-chordates are further classified into what? 10 important phyla. They are, नीट ऐका, non-chordates चे phyla are Protozoa, follow my fingers, Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata किंवा निडारिया म्हणतात त्याला, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, okay, Echinodermata, Mollusca, and last is Hemichordata. I'll repeat, non-chordates are classified into 10 phyla. Non-chordates चे 10 phyla आहेत, ते सगळं स्टडी करावं लागणार तुम्हाला. Topic is huge, but once you buy it, biology is used memorizing, students. So what are the 10 important phyla of non-chordates? They are Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Aschelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Annelida, your Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata. 10. बघा, Protozoa, Porifera, Aschelminthes, Platyhelminthes, then you have Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata. That's it. हे असे 10 important phyla आहेत. You have to by heart them. ठीक है? Now properties. Traditional methods classify the animals into 2 categories, non-chordates and chordates. Non-chordates तुम्हाला सांगितलं मी. आता chordates बरोबर उलट करायचं. Means presence of notochord, presence of pharyngeal gill slits and lungs for respiration. Third, where should be your nerve cord? It should be on the dorsal side, which is hollow. Vertebral column. Vertebral column माहिती आहे, तो आतून पोकळ असतो. It's hollow from within. So nerve cord is on the dorsal side, back side. So nerve cord is on the back side or dorsal side and hollow. And what about the heart? It's on the ventral side, म्हणजे front side किंवा anterior, वरच्या बाजूला. That's it. So what are the properties of chordates? Presence of notochord, presence of gill slits and lungs, heart on the ventral side, nerve cord on the dorsal side. Nerve cord is hollow. आता बघा हा chordates चे classification. Chordates are classified into only one phyla. एकच phyla मध्ये chordates, that is phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is sub-classified into 3 important phyla. Sub-phyla म्हणतात त्याला. सगळे chordates are classified into one single phylum, that is phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is further classified into 3 important subphyla. Phylum Chordata is classified into 3 important subphyla. They are Urochordata, Cephalochordata, Vertebrata. Chordata is classified into 3 subphyla. They are Uro, Cephalo and Vertebrata. Vertebrata is classified into 6 classes. Vertebrata चे 6 classes आहेत. Which are they? They are, first of all, Cyclostomata, Pisces, Then you have amphibia, reptilia, aves, mammals. I'll repeat. Chordata is classified or categorized into only one phylum, that is phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata is subclassified into three subphyla, that is Cephalochordata, Urochordata, Vertebrata. परत vertebrataचे 6 classes. They are, which are they? बघा हा, I'll count on my fingers. Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves and Mammalia. आता प्रत्येकाचे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आहेत and that I will continue in the next class. ठीक आहे. For today I'll write the homework. I'll put it on the group. You have to practice one diagram a day and submit it on the group, students, because the diagrams will come for drawing and for the exams, or they may come for marking. Now I'll tell you, you have to draw pigeon, you have to draw cockroaches, you have to draw frog, you have to draw snake, you have to draw such drawings which you have never drawn in your life. Okay. यूज टू ड्रॉ बट व्हेरी एन्जॉईंग स्टुडंट. बाहेर करा चांगलं. मेमरी खूप छान, म्हणजे स्पेलिंग्स आणि येते. यू हॅव टू बी अ बिट केअरफुल रिगार्डिंग द सायंटिस्ट अँड ऑल, बिकॉज दे कम फॉर फिलिंग द ब्लँक्स. ठीक आहे. आय टेल यू हाऊ द क्वेश्चन्स आर आस्क्ड इन द एक्झाम्स. इन कोर्स ऑफ टाइम आय विल कीप ऑन टेलिंग यू दॅट. चलो, बाय फॉर टुडे.